So this video will be a bit different than my usual videos because it's gonna be a bit more on the ranty side. So I want to keep you guys up to speed on how my experience have been in this season 2 plus map so far and everything that has been transpired from the beginning of the season all the way to now. Give my feedback on the map, what I would hope to see improved, and maybe share a thing or two of what's coming next to Call of Dragons. What is up, guys? Meower here, back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. So, this is going to be a bit of a ranty video, so just stick around and just enjoy rant. If you have somewhat of a similar point of view or somewhat of a similar experience than I have had in this season, then be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Drop a like, subscribe, the usual. So season 2 plus in general has been receiving quite a lot of negative feedback to the developers in general, and I do want to share that our feedback has been listened to. Plus, we can expect a brand new map, hopefully coming the next update with the next season. So we will probably be put out of our misery when it comes to this map because let's be honest, it hasn't been the best of experience. I mean, most half of the server haven't even occupied the Hydra, which is not really a good thing. I mean, the whole season has just been such an uphill fight for no reason, and it has been entirely boring for no reason at all because there is just no fights. Everything is so difficult, and even if there is any fights, it ends up too quickly because we don't really have any enemies, and I'm sure a lot of other servers are experiencing the same thing as I am. Now, don't get me wrong, I kind of win this season automatically just from what happened in the Diplo at the start of the season. It didn't really go as planned as we initially wanted. I ended up meeting a lot of players that I really wanted to go along with, and that's what ended up happening. I went along with the players I wanted to go along with. It kind of created an imbalanced situation. Also, I have 3-inch deep surrounding my city for some reason, but it's cool. I guess shout out to Kale. It kind of went around, and then we ended up allying with S87, who are quite amazing people that I've had the pleasure of getting to know. If anything, I really want to recruit them. Speaking of, I've been trying to work on a little project on my own, trying to collect quality players and continue with in hopes of eventually meeting my friends and then seeing where the game takes us, especially because cross server migration is not yet coming, as has been confirmed that that it will come out after the end of season 3. So where does that take us now? So from what I've seen, so many have been complaining about the map and the statue event, which has not been the most interactive thing. I mean, I get it; it's a fight for something, but it kind of brings back the old Light and Dark from KVK, from Rise of Kingdoms. From what I've understood, has not been the best KVK at all. If anything, it has been the most negatively perceived KVK in the history of Rise of Kingdoms. So I don't understand why it would come to Call of Dragons, because Call of Dragons is fundamentally different than Rise of Kingdoms. Call of Dragons has a different combat system that is just so immersive and so much fun that you just lose track of time and you lose track of everything when you're in the middle of big war, as we have seen in so many of the other servers, such as EIS versus SK, EIS and their allies versus SK and their allies, TFS and their allies versus Noir and their allies. We've seen it in TM versus GG, TMTA versus GG. We've seen it in BXS versus NK. I think those are probably the only servers that have actually had remotely big wars that have actually made an impact. Everyone else has just had their skirmishes and everything, but it's just been Snoozefest Farmville. Though, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, there's also the newer servers that have been fighting like crazy, like IL versus Savage, and the memes have been chef kiss and so on and so forth. But the thing is, the map kind of closes off what makes the game fun, which is open field combat. Plus, the removal of barricades have been one of the best things to happen in Call of Dragons in general for a long time, because, well, barricades kind of slow down the tempo too much, while they've introduced turrets. Turrets, while they seem OP, in reality they're much more manageable than barricades because you can essentially just have a little squad of players that just flies around and kills all turrets in general. So, what would I change about the game? Personally, for me, I think Call of Dragons has the potential to just surpass Rise of Kingdoms in both Rise of Kingdoms peaks and Rise of Kingdoms lows. It has the tools and it has everything going for it. It just needs a push in the right direction. It just needs to find its identity. It just needs a proper KVK map that really highlights the bonuses and the positives of the game, which it allows players to fight. And quite honestly, it needs a way to just bring back Resurgence. We already have the Peace Island now, so we don't really need to limit players anymore. There's no point of limiting players of not wanting to join their friends and everything because once that happens, we see a lot of players just end up quitting and dropping like flies. So all in all, like I love the game. I hope to see it succeed, and hopefully it will, because well, when you love something, you want to see it grow, and you want to see it succeed, and you want to see it the best thing ever. So, what's next? Basically, from what I've heard and what I've seen, hopefully the next map is gonna be absolutely amazing because it's gonna be bringing shades of a previous map we all loved and enjoyed. Also, the upcoming Mages X Chick is gonna be amazing. He is kind of a garrisonish commander, you can say. There's also the Flyer on the right, Bertrand, I think is his name. According to the guesses, of course, there's nothing I'm saying is official. After all, this is just rough guessing. But hopefully, it's gonna be bring a breath of fresh air into the game because we kind of desperately need it. We kind of desperately need a big, good update to hopefully revive the game for so many players because so many are just absolutely bored out of their minds waiting to eventually have a better map and a better experience. So I think that's my rant for now. I don't know. I just wanted to hop on, give my peace of mind. If you agree with me, feel free to let me know. If you don't, feel free to let me know. Join this Discord. The link is in the description. But as always, if you like content like this, and if you want me to experiment more with content like this, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.